went to the doctor, I couldn't walk down the hallway.
I just plopped on the floor.
You're told that you could possibly have a death sentence.
I was really struggling with each step I took going up the steps. I had this tingling in my feet that morphed into numbness in my legs. And at that time I kind of thought, well, it's probably no big deal. I just thought I was stressed and tired and, and busy. Then I started having more symptoms. And you begin to realize something's not right here. I'm weak, I'm struggling taking a carton of milk out the refrigerator. And I said, well, it could be this thing, that thing. And then finally after biopsies, concluded that I had this odd thing called CIDP.
One day, my friends and I were jumping around from bench to bench and just doing normal stuff on the playground. And one day I wasn't able to make it to the other bench, and I kind of slammed my shins on it, and these kind of occurrences kept happening. And then by the end of the week, when I went to the doctor, I couldn't walk down the hallway. And that's when the doctors and my parents decided that I should go to the hospital. I was about 5 or 6 years old.
Developed a stomach virus and gradually became weak. And I felt that my body, something was wrong. So I got into my car and I drove to the nearest hospital where they evaluated me and they told me to go home and take liquids and bed rest. The next day, I just plopped on the floor. Took me over to another hospital in Brooklyn where they diagnosed it through a spinal tap, that it was this thing called Guillain-Barre.
I thought it was a pinched nerve in my back. My foot would go numb on my left foot when I'd wear heels. And I was in high heels and I was walking, and my entire left foot kind of disappeared, like it wasn't even there. And I went down hard. So when I went to the neurologist, they did the nerve conduction study. They did, a bunch of other tests, and I didn't fit in any box neatly. And they weren't sure what was wrong with me. So that's when I got sent to Johns Hopkins. He said that everything was pointing to ALS. I have 2 sons, and they were both in high school at the time. And all you can think about is, am I gonna be around to see them graduate, have kids? And then you kind of get angry. So after all the testing we went through, the last thing we were going to try was IVIG, because if IVIG works, then you don't have ALS. And it was working. So then I was able to go from possibly having ALS to having MMN.
I felt so alone because I didn't know anyone else who had GBS. There are 4 pillars in the foundation, which is support, education, research, and advocacy. I received an invitation from our regional director, and he invited me to one of his meetings. I went there and I saw the support.
It makes a big difference to have a place to go where people understand and get what you're going through. I find myself continually telling people about the foundation website, posting it and, having them go there just so they can know about the centers of excellence and, about the doctors and the other help you can get there.
They also will let you know what research is being done, who's doing it, how it's progressing, even some information about getting in trials. The walk and roll is so empowering. You got to see the full scope and full scale of this illness and how it impacts people and their families. You hear these stories, and it's empowering.
Well, the symposia is actually a great experience for patients. Not only do they get to hear a wide number of very good people that know the disorders they're talking about, but it actually allows them, on a very one-to-one basis to talk with people in the hall, ask them questions over specific things that they may be having difficulty with.
I'm in a place now where I have a new normal, and I can do most everything I used to be able to do, except maybe run.
As a retiree, I'm enjoying my life. I'm traveling.
I am fully recovered. I play flag football at college. I can run around, play basketball, and do everything that I could before.
It's important to donate to the foundation because we need cures. We need treatments. And I'm lucky because I have a treatment option. A lot of people with rare disease don't. So it's important that we keep the research going so that people have a chance.
It's only rare until it's you.
It's only rare until it's you.
It is only rare until it's you because it's nothing you've ever expected.
The last thing you think of is a chronic illness until one day you sit down with the doctor after an examination. They say, I've got bad news. And it's a shock. Surely I'm not getting knocked down by some weird alphabet disease I've never heard of. You know? So yes, it's only rare until it happens to you. Then it's very real. It's not so rare anymore.